The wind shafts. A Verilus Prime howled like grieving beasts as Queen Syraxa knelt upon the obsidian floor of her throne hall. Her silver carapace, normally shining like sunlit frost, was dulled with dust and despair. Around her lay the crystalline shells of her daughters. 7 delicate exoskeletons, once filled with promise. Now they sat empty, abandoned husks. The bodies were gone. Vanished without a trace. 3 cycles, she had searched, dispatching scouts, intensifying sensors, interrogating every outsider who dared cross her borders. Nothing. Her clutched juvenile, but already strong in a Velian gift of empathic resonance, had disappeared like vapor on solar wind. So the queen mourned. Not loudly. Her species did not wail, but in a low, thrumming frequency that made the palace itself vibrate with shared sorrow. The wars said that when a Velian queen lost her offspring, her heart cord dimmed until she too succumbed. Some legends claimed grief alone could kill a queen. Syraxa believed those legends. Now, her advisor, Catherine, approached from behind a column of black basalt, his antennae folded in respect. "Your radiance," he whispered. The search teams return empty-handed again. Syraxa did not respond. Every attempt, 2 form words sent a fresh ache through her thorax. "There is one more matter," Catherine added hesitantly. "A human has entered the palace perimeter. He carries no weapons. The guards say he is..." Her resonance shifted, no longer pain, no longer rage, but something startling and visceral. Recognition. A human stood at the threshold, and on either side of him, holding tightly to his hands, were 2 small Velian younglings. Syraxa surged forward. His name, though she learnt it later, was Commander Elias Rohr of the Terran Exploration Fleet. He looked unremarkable for a human. Brown hair, storm grey eyes, uniform torn at the shoulder as if he'd shielded something fragile behind him. None of it mattered. Tibra and Melon. 2nd and 4th of her clutch, the empathic bond ignited instantly warm pulses, flooding the chamber. The younglings squeaked with joy, pressing themselves against their mother's armor plates. Murmurs erupted. Catherine swayed as though ready to collapse. Simply stood, letting the children cling to him until the queen finished gathering them into her embrace. Only then did he raise his hands slowly in peace. "Your Majesty," he said quietly, "there are more. All 7 are alive." The queen froze. Rohr nodded toward the open doors. "They've been through a lot. Bring them," she commanded, voice trembling. Not as a queen. 5 more younglings hurried inside moments later, accompanied by 2 human medics. Some limped, some bore scrapes or scorch marks, but they were breathing, glowing with faint empathic light. Syraxa gathered them as though reforging a constellation. Her sorrow song faded. Then she turned, luminous and fierce, toward the human who had carried her hope home. "Elias Rohr," she asked softly, "how did you find them?" She did not take him to a council chamber, but to the sanctum of Echozan, intimate circular hall where the walls shimmered like liquid pearl. Here a queen and her clutch shared memory, resonance, truth. Rohr sat cross-legged on the floor, unnervingly calm for a human surrounded by such alien grandeur. "It started 3 weeks ago," he explained. Odeprange satellites caught faint distress signals near the asteroid belt. Non-human. We went to check. Syraxa lowered her antennae, their frequency. We didn't recognize it until we found them, your daughters, being transported on a raider vessel. A trafficking ship. The Queen's claws dug sharp lines into the floor. They were human, Rohr added grimly. Not from our fleet. Rogues, Velian younglings fetch high prices on black markets. A hiss tore from Syraxa, so sharp the sanctum lights flickered. We engaged, boarded the ship, freed the children. The vessel was rigged to self-destruct, so we evacuated immediately. They were terrified at first. Didn't know if humans could be trusted. Trust, Saraxa murmured, is not given freely. I know, Raw said, but one of your daughters, too. Gently to Vera, the eldest. She sensed our medic's intentions. She reached out. They showed us memories. You, their home, Vera, pressed her forehead into her mother's palm, and a warm pulse of gratitude rippled across the chamber. We realized who they belonged to, Raw said softly, and we promised to bring them home. Saraxa studied him long and deeply. You risked your life for those not of your species. Children are children. Doesn't matter what they look like. Most of us are better than our criminals, he said. But yes, there are bad ones. Catherine stepped forward. And the raiders. Did they escape? A shadow crossed Ria's expression. No, they didn't. 2. The Queen accepted the answer without further question. Radiance, Catherine insisted. We must determine how they were taken from our territory. We will, Saraxa replied. But not now. Her children climbed into her lap, her arms, her shoulders, as if afraid she would vanish again. Raw watched them with a faint smile. They've been asking about you, he said. Constantly. You understood their speech. Not at first, but empathic projection. Ignores language. Saraxa found this more impressive than she let on. Hours later, when the younglings slept in a tangled, protective cluster, Saraxa led Raw to a balcony overlooking the crystalline plains. You have returned to me, what I feared lost forever, she said. There is no debt greater. I didn't do it for a reward, Raw said. Just what's right. Your act changed the fate of a queen. She lowered her head to him in honor no human had ever earned. If the fleet ever needs aid, she promised, the Velian Empire will answer, and if you ever need us, Raw replied, we'll come. Above them, the stars glittered with new and fragile possibilities. For the first time since her clutch vanished, Queen Saraxa felt her heart core blaze with life again. Nor, because a human small, soft-skinned, breakable walked into her throne hall, holding her daughters by the hand. Her mourning had ended.